Grand Rising everyone, this is Eldad Amara back with another video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Please like, comment, subscribe and share. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way every time I drop a new video you will be notified of this. Now, I want to start off with a quick analogy. Has anybody out there ever seen a film called The Wizard of Oz? This film was made on the 1st of December 1939. Now, in this film, there's a young girl and she loses her way from home and she's trying to find her way back home. Now she comes across a good witch from the north, and this good witch turns around and says to Dorothy, make sure that you stay on the yellow brick road. If you stay on the yellow brick road, you will come to a place called the Emerald City. And when you get to Emerald City, look for the wizard. And the wizard will help you to find your way back home. Now, I'm using this analogy because just like Dorothy, she's told never to stray off the path. It is very similar to what the governments, it's not just the UK, it's not just the USA, but governments in general, turn around and say to us, if we do something good, right, if we keep on the path, we will be rewarded with something good. We will achieve our goals, our aims, our dreams, and our ambition, but only if we stay on the path. See, they want us to obey. They want us under their control. They want to condition us and condition our thoughts. Now, if you are to stray off the yellow brick road, using the analogy which I just used just a minute ago in regards to Dorothy, if you stray off the path, if you become deviant, you will be punished. You will be punished. So you must stay on the yellow brick road. See, the government likes to find different ways of getting us to conform, of getting us to comply, of getting us to follow like sheep, like cattle, to keep us in the herd mentality. And if you stray off the path, you will be punished. The government don't really care about the truth. They care about control and controlling people. And like many of us, and I'm not saying all of us, because some of us do have our own minds. We do think for ourselves. We can think for ourselves. We do for ourselves. But there are also many people who don't think for themselves. They prefer to have instructions given to them. They prefer to have somebody telling them what to do, when the help is on the end of their own hands. They rely also in things such as religion, instead of relying on themselves. Now, how does the government try to keep us? How does the government keep us under their control? The government, you see, try to get people to obey. They try and get us all to comply. And also, we follow their perceptions and not our own perceptions. You tend to find this also with religion. People tend to follow religious factions or religious groups instead of trying to help themselves, trying to become more self-sufficient, trying to think for themselves, trying to help themselves. They rely on other people to try and solve their problems for them. So they get into that group herd mentality. Now, there's a Roman poet, and his name is Juvenal, and he says, give the people bread and circus. Give the people bread and circus. So long as people are entertained, so long as they're conditioned by TV, radio, newspapers, social media, which is all the things, all the instruments that the government and these big tech organizations use. And this is the tools which the government and these big techs use in order to conditioning people's minds and the way they think and their perception. Roman poet by the name of Juvenal. And he said, give the people bread and circuses. Juvenal originally used it to decry the selfishness of common people and their neglect of wider concerns. The phrase implies a population erosion or ignorance of civic duties as a priority. You see, people, so long as they're entertained, they will forget about their civic duties. Okay, they will leave that up to government. They will leave all the civic duties up to government to do. And then when there's failure by the government to meet these demands, guess what? They don't blame themselves. They will be blaming the government. Yes, so they put all their faith and their belief into government. Give the people bread and circuses. And that way, you can be doing things behind their backs. Okay? You can appease the people by getting them to watch TV and all these entertainment programs, whilst at the same time you're doing something else. You see, people are easily duped by television because television conditions their mind. You see, television is nothing but tell lies visually. Tell lies visually. And you go to your libraries where lies are buried. Where lies are buried. You see, a lot of the time people are kept from the truth. And when somebody tries to make people aware of certain events and certain things that's going on in the world, they are then character assassinated. If they're not character assassinated, they're assassinated literally, or they're imprisoned. Because some people do not like people to make others aware of the truth. They'd rather keep people sleeping. They'd rather keep people with their eyes wide shut. Why is it that if you look at social media and if you look at other forms of entertainment, if it's got drugs, death, violence, rap, which is quite negative, that sells. It's like bad news sells and good news does not sell. People would rather listen to negative things and watch negative things. Now, when somebody tries to make them aware about certain things that's going on in the world, good things do not sell. That's why in the rap industry, you tend to find that gangster rap will sell. Conscious rap does not sell. Foolishness, climbing up some barrels and falling over and breaking their leg, people will prefer that form of entertainment to somebody bringing consciousness and awareness to certain events going on in the world. And next thing, their videos get pulled down or they get shadow banned by government or by these social media companies. They get character assassinated. Look at all the good men in the world who have tried to help humanity. You've had Malcolm X. You've had Martin Luther King. You've had Marcus Garvey. You've had Bob Marley, and the list goes on endlessly. These people did not try to bring violence to any members of the public, but yet still, because of what they were saying, they were eliminated or assassinated or put in prison for trying to help humanity and for trying to help their own people. Like Martin Luther King, for trying to help people in general, not just his own race, but humanity. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. Look at all of these saints. Now in the book of Revelation, let me read out something to you. In the book of Revelation, I want you to listen to this. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and the abomination of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. I'll say that again. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So this harlot, who is this harlot? I'm going to go into this in more detail in another video. I have to be very, very careful what I'm saying. But anyway, the harlot, yes, and her posse were drunken with the blood of the saints. Who are the saints? These saints are people who have been trying to help humanity. As I say, people like Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, the Kennedys. All of these people have tried to help humanity. And the harlot, along with her posse, tried to eliminate these people because they didn't want the truth getting out. They were drunken with the blood of the saints. See, Bob Marley, when he tried to put out some records in South Africa, you know what the South African government did? They took the records and they got razor blades and they scratched the records. They did not want the South African people, especially the black South Africans, to have access to this music. Why? Because it was waking people up. Because it was waking people up. So they decided to scratch the records. How wicked. This is what I'm talking about. Good people, the saints, many of them have been eliminated by government and by their agents. You see, whilst you're being entertained by bread and circus, whilst you're being appeased, there's something going on behind your back. And as I say again, those people who've tried to make people aware of certain events going on in the world, next thing they get character assassinated, they get assassinated, or they get put in prison. These are people who have deviated from the yellow brick road. They've deviated off the yellow brick road. Tell me what happened to Dorothy when she got to the yellow brick road and she found the wizard. I'll tell you what happened. She found out the wizard wasn't who she thought the wizard was. She found that the person pretending to be the wizard, when she went behind the back of the scenes, she saw a man, a human. What happened to Dorothy when she got to Emerald City and she came across the Wizard of Oz? There was a big screen with this Wizard of Oz on the screen. But that wasn't really the Wizard of Oz. That was just a facade. When she went behind the screen, she saw a man pulling and pushing all these knobs and buttons. And that was the image of the wizard. The man was pulling the strings behind the scenes. He was pretending to be the wizard. Her dreams got shattered. The illusion was shattered because what she thought was the wizard was not the wizard. And what did the wizard end up saying to her? That she had a power within herself to be able to do this, to be able to find her way back home. You see, the illusion that we go through daily when we think that other people can solve our problems for us, when the help is on the end of our two arms. See, what we're looking at most of the time is a mask. But when you take off that mask, you see true reality. Now, we can solve things for ourselves. We do not need to have government or the state or these technocrats to try and solve our problems for us. Instead of looking out there, right, for help, the help lies within us. You see, Mahatma Gandhi once said, we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. We can't leave it up to other people. We have got to be the change. That change is within us. So we have the power to be able to change our situation.